The reason you have to change is because you're suffering unbearably.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, is that is the reason you have to change. If your life isn't everything that it could be, then you have to change.
It was that discomfort, the departure from my ordered life, that forever changed it for the better. You see, friends, what makes you comfortable can ruin you. And what makes you uncomfortable is the only way to grow. Let me say that again. What makes you comfortable can ruin you, and only in a state of discomfort can you continually grow.
On the other side of your maximum fear are all of the best things in life, you know?
It's so hard to get past that because we have all these connections in our mind when it comes to comfort and stress, comfort and like our bodies, for whatever reason, most people, their associations are to avoid anything that's uncomfortable. But it's so illogical because when you look at comfort and you look at success and progress and the feelings of accomplishment and of getting past certain hurdles in terms of like how you feel about life, a lot of those are connected to discomfort. Like discomfort is your friend. It really is. Like discomfort and not being happy and content with certain situations in life or certain feelings in life, they're massive motivators, and they're amazing at facilitating change.
You see, what dictates the size of a goldfish is its environment. And while this goldfish lives in a very safe environment, it's also very limiting in most every way. And when placed in a more robust environment, like say a small pond, this can be the result. Now it also means he could be eaten. So the first growth ring represents a low-performing, low-growth environment called stagnation. Now the antithesis of stagnation is chaos, also low growth. Coming back down the growth rings, next to stagnation is the most desirable environment, order. Order is knowing that what you do or what is happening in your environment leads to a predictable outcome. And in predictability, comfort is found. But comfort is also what makes order so dangerous. Because science shows that anytime you continually do something or even think about something the same way, you'll eventually stop growing. So before your order continues to limit the way you think and act, remember what I said earlier. Growth only occurs in a state of discomfort.
If I take you and put you in a new situation, your brain produces new genes turn on and code for new proteins.
Right, okay.
It isn't just that you absorb new information from the surroundings and use that information to build yourself. It's that the new demands of the situation actually transform you at the micro level. They turn on, it's like a key has found a new lock.
Yeah.
And you have no idea how many things inside you could be turned on if you went everywhere you could go.
When you feel discomfort hit, that means you've entered the complexity ring. Complexity is nothing more than changed order. But when your order is changed, outcomes are no longer predictable, and it's unpredictability that makes you uncomfortable. And while most times your visceral response to discomfort is not just no, but hell no, you can actually learn how empowering it is to consciously acknowledge discomfort and then, when appropriate, choose complexity over order. And I know seeking discomfort sounds odd, and not many people do it, but you have to learn to embrace it because it's the only environment where sustained or exponential growth can occur.
It's as simple as that, unless you want to continue the suffering. And so if you want to minimize the suffering and increase the quality of your life, then you want to welcome change through error whenever you can possibly manage it. Because being better is better than being who you are. It's as simple as that.
There's this idea in Jungian psychology called the circumambulation. And Jung had this idea that you had a potential future self, which would be in potential everything that you could be. And that it manifests itself moment to moment in your present life by making you interested in things. And the things that you're interested in are the things that would guide you along the path that would lead you to maximal development. Now, it sounds like a metaphysical idea or a mystical idea even, but it's not. It's not. It's a really profoundly biological idea. The idea is something like, well, you're set up so that you're automatically interested in those things that would fully expand you as a well-adapted creature. Well, like, there's nothing radical about that idea. What else could possibly be the case? Unless there's something fundamentally flawed about you, that is what the situation would be. It's kind of interesting to think about how that would be manifest moment to moment, but the idea is something like, well, your interest is captured by those things that lead you down the path of development. Well, that better be the case. Okay, so that's fine. And so there's some utility in pursuing those things that you're interested in. That's the call to adventure, let's say.
That's where it all comes from. It all comes from life lessons, and the lessons are learned through struggle. There's a great feeling in these overcoming these difficult things, because life is never this just constant state of, I'm at a 9 all day, and when I'm with my wife, I hit 10. Yay! And I stay like that. That's not real.
But it's such an optimistic idea that it's the human capacity for eternal transformation that's the antidote to unbearable tragedy. It's like, wow, really? It's really? Could that be true? And I'm no optimist, I'll tell you that. I'm no optimist. And so I've looked for optimistic truths that I could actually believe, and I actually believe that one.
You know, I mean, this is the world that we live in today. And I think part of that world is because we have been fed this line of horseshit that you're supposed to seek comfort. And I don't think you are. I think you're supposed to seek lessons. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that think somehow or another you're going to get to some place where you're living in silk sheets and you're getting your toes done while someone's dropping grapes into your mouth. I don't want that. I've never wanted that. Those human reward systems are carved deeply into your DNA. And if you don't respect that, if you don't respect the mechanism of happiness and fulfillment and what you really need to do in order to feel satisfied in life, camaraderie, love, family, friendship, struggle, testing yourself, learning, all those things are imperative. They're all a giant part of being a person.
You see, friends, what makes you comfortable can ruin you. And what makes you uncomfortable is the only way to grow. Let me say that again. What makes you comfortable can ruin you, and only in a state of discomfort can you continually grow.